Welcome back. I'm Bob Kirkpatrick with today's local sports. Quarterback Easton Castro threw for 259 yards and tossed TD passes to 4 different receivers to lead the Chiefs to a 34-33 come-from-behind double overtime win over the Cadets in Yakima Friday night. Eisenhower scored 2.5 minutes into the contest to take an early 7-0 lead. The Cadets stopped Moses Lake on its first possession and then drove 90 yards for another touchdown to go up 14-0 with 2 minutes left in the first quarter. The Chiefs got on the board early in the second quarter on a 22-yard pitch and catch from Castro to Tyson Carstetter to get back in it 14-7. Moses Lake tied the game with 42 seconds left in the half when Castro connected up with Kevin Cosper for a 29-yard score to even the playing field 14-14 at intermission. The Chiefs took their first lead of the game, 21-14, a minute into the third quarter when Castro hooked up with Nick Sutherland for an 85-yard TD. It looked as though the Chiefs had put 4 unanswered touchdowns on the board, but an offensive pass interference call wiped 6 points off the board with 3 minutes left in the third quarter. Eisenhower got the ball back and drove it to the Moses Lake 13, but had to settle for a field goal attempt to start the fourth quarter of play. The kick failed on a bad snap from center. The Cadets forced the Chiefs to go 3 and out and then went on a 77-yard drive to tie the game 21-all with 5 minutes left in the contest. Eisenhower had a chance to win the game in regulation but missed a 50-yard field goal attempt with 2 seconds left on the clock. Both teams scored touchdowns and missed the point-after attempt in the first overtime period to make it 27-all. The Chiefs put 7 points on the board in the second OT to go up 34-27. The Cadets answered back with a touchdown and decided to go for 2 points to win it, but the attempt failed and Moses Lake came away with the win. The win over the Cadets sets up a showdown for what is shaping up to be the game that could decide the Big 9 League title when the 5-1 Chiefs host the 5-1 Wenatchee Panthers at Lions Field at 7 p.m. Friday. iFIBER 1 will be broadcasting the game live. Well, Ephrata improved to 4-2 and moved into a 4-way tie for third place in the CWAC standings with a 42-7 win over Topnish on the road Friday night. The victory keeps the Tigers in the thick of things in the race for postseason play with only 3 games left in the regular season. The Tigers are back on the gridiron Friday when the team hosts the 1-5 Grandview Greyhounds. The game is scheduled to start at 7 p.m. The Quincy Jacks picked up a big win on the road in Tonasket as they turned back the Tigers 44-6. The win moves Quincy to 3-2 and into a 3-way tie for the third and final playoff spot in the Caribou Trail League with 2 games left in the regular season. The Jacks host the 4-1 Okanagan Bulldogs Friday at 7 p.m. A poor tackling and an overall lackluster defensive performance that allowed Odessa Harrington quarterback Sam Schaefer to rush for 418 yards on 20 carries and 4 touchdowns was the Soap Lakes Eagles' demise in a 58-38 loss to the Tigers. The loss drops the Eagles to 1-3 in league play in the Central Washington 1B Conference and eliminates Soap Lake from postseason play. Soap Lake hosts Iniat Friday at 7 p.m. The Warden Cougars came within a whisker of their first victory of the season but ended up dropping a close, hard-fought 27-24 contest on the road to Columbia Burbank. The loss puts Warden at 0-5 in league play and 0-7 overall. The Cougars close out the regular season with back-to-back home games against Kiona Benton Friday and Natchez Valley November 1st. Back-to-back losses to Indiat October 11 and Wilbur Crescent on Friday have virtually eliminated the 2-4 Elmira Cooley Heartline Warriors bid for postseason play with 2 games left in the regular season. ACH, who is typically in the race for the 1B state championship on an annual basis, was beset with injuries this year with 5 running backs hurt and unable to return to action. And finally, Big Bend Volleyball went 1-4 at the Green River Crossover Tournament over the weekend. The Lady Vikings are on the court Wednesday for a match at Columbia Basin Community College. Well, be sure and tune in tomorrow night at 7 p.m. for our live coverage of the Moses Lake Wenatchee soccer match at Lions Field. That's it for sports. We'll be right back after this.